In chapter 112 verse 1 in the Quran, it says that Allah is AHAD. What is the correct translation of this verse? How do we properly understand it? Most English translations will render this as Allah is one. In this video, I'm going to show a number of clips. One of them is from our brother Christian Prince. Another is from a brother who only has content in Arabic, but I will be providing translation for what he says. Another is from a Muslim scholar, Nouman Ali Khan. And then we have one from a special guest, Yahya. That's right, Yahya from Speaker's Corner. To give sort of the foundation of this video, to get us started, I'm sure many of you have heard this from Christian Prince before. What does AHAD mean? He often gets Muslims calling him up, or he's responding to Muslims, and he tells them what the true meaning of AHAD is in Arabic.
Where in the Quran it says Allah is one?
But
the word AHAD does not mean one, my friend. Who taught you Arabic? Did you know Arabic? وَمَا يُعَلِّمَانِ مِنْ أَحَدٍ. What the word AHAD here mean? Exactly the same word. No, it does not mean one, my friend. It does not mean one. Let us see a translation. Your Muslim translation, chapter 2, verse 102. It says one of.
As you can see, Christian Prince lets us know that AHAD does not mean one, but instead means one of. AHAD refers to a part within the whole. A part within the whole. This means that when the verse says Allah is AHAD, it's saying that He's one of something in a larger category or group of things. What is Allah one of? Now we have a clip from a Muslim scholar, Nouman Ali Khan, who provides us with an amazing admission that not only does the word AHAD mean one of in the genitive construct, and when it's used negatively, it means no one or not anyone. Here's a clip. He begins by translating the verse for us.
He is AHAD. There were two sentences fused into one. When you have two khabar, that's what happens linguistically. Two sentences are fused into one. And the way we would translate them is, He is Allah, comma, one. And I actually, one is really not a good translation of AHAD. The first thing we need to know is the difference between wahid and AHAD. Wahid and AHAD. The word AHAD is, the word wahid, you know, wahid ithnain thalath, this is what? One. Wahid means one. So how come Allah doesn't say قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ wahid? AHAD is used negatively only. It's not used in a positive sense. It's only used not anyone at all. وَلَا يُشْرِكْ بِعِبَادَةِ رَبِّهِ أَحَدًا. Let no one at all commit shirk with Allah. Not no one at all. So that AHAD is an absolute negation. That's where AHAD is used. It's not used in a positive. When you want to speak in the positive, you use wahid. When you want to speak in the negative, you use AHAD. Especially the exclusive, the absolute kind of negative. That's the first thing. But the thing is, in this surah, AHAD is not being used in the negative, it's being used in the positive. So it's already unique. It's not something that normally happens in Arabic. The only other, so AHAD is used in the negative. The second place AHAD is used is in idafa. أحدكم أيود أحدكم. Right? Would any of you like أن يأكل لحم أخيه ميتا فكرهتموه in Surah Al-Hujurat? Would any of you like, would any one of you like that they would eat the dead flesh of their dead brother, etc. Right? That أحدكم, when it's one of. Now I'm saying idafa, that's the technical term. The English term is one of. So one of them, one of you, one of the Muslims. أحد المسلمين أحدكم أحدهما. By itself, it's only used in the negative. If you want to use it in the positive, you have to add something else to it. It becomes part of something else. One of, or the first of, etc., etc.
Not only do we get a definition from Nouman here,
one of.
He also states that AHAD should not be properly translated as one.
And I actually, one is really not a good translation of AHAD.
Confirming exactly what was said earlier by our brother Christian Prince, now he makes another admission that the word AHAD, as it is used in chapter 112 verse 1, is the only exception to the rule. It's the only time that the word is used in this way. Of course I disagree with him, but what he's admitting to here is that if the word AHAD here is used positively and not in a genitive construct, then it would be the only time it is ever used like that in the entire Quran. What he's about to say here is that the word AHAD, every single time it's used in the Quran, it is only ever used to mean one of Or if it's used in a negation, not anyone. Of course, as a Muslim scholar, he tries to argue for the fact that it doesn't mean one of many when it's used with Allah, but him admitting that every other time it's used in the Quran is used in that way or in the negation, it always means one of many or one of many others within a larger category.
The only place in Arabic literature where this word is used in the positive without any further attribution is Surah Al-Ikhlas. That's it. There's nowhere else. Some oversimplify it and say Ahad is not used for anyone other than Allah. That's not clear enough. Ahad is used for other than Allah. But the word Ahad in the positive, without any idafa in it, in that way linguistically is never ever used for anyone other than Allah.
To conclude, before we go to our final clip with Yahya, the word Ahad means one of, and not merely one, not wahid. The verse is saying that Allah is Ahad. But what does that mean? It's confusing, it's incomplete, because it never tells us what Allah is one of. What is He one of? One of what? We don't know. Here's Yahya. This is a clip from a previous discussion that I had with him. Let's see if he agrees. Does this verse mean Allah is one, full stop, or that Allah is one of many? I just want to be clear on this point. You agree that it doesn't mean that Allah is one, right? The ayah is not saying that Allah is one. It's saying He's one of many. You agree with that, right?
Yes, I agree.
Okay, so all the Muslims who say Allah is one, they shouldn't go to this verse, this ayah to prove it, right? They should go to another verse.
Okay.
You agree?
Yes.
Sir?
You want me to ask you another question?
You can, yes. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
because this one's going to be hard for you. You didn't find it, but it's okay. Go to Surah Al-Ikhlas. Surah Al-Ikhlas 112.
Surah Al-Ikhlas.
Yeah.
Number? Chapter?
Yeah, well, ayah 1. Read for me verse 1.
In Arabic?
You can read Arabic if you want, but remember, translate for people who don't read Arabic, because there are people listening. And they respect you because you seem to be a nice young man.
See, He is Allah who is one.
Okay. Now, the word one in Arabic, what is it?
Ahad.
Okay, can you show me a place in the entire Quran where ahad means one, and it doesn't mean one of? Where in the Quran do you find another place where ahad means one instead of one of, one among, one of many?
Okay. Don't worry, I'm
Okay.
still.
Okay, can I give you some verses for you to look at where the word ahad appears? When you're ready, I'll give you some verses for you to read where ahad is used and it never means one. Okay. You want me to give you some verses for you to look?
Can you read Surah Al-Baqarah? Sir?
What's the ayah?
Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 201. 213. كان الناس, the Arabic text. كان الناس أمة واحدة.
No, that's not ahad. That's wahid. You're not listening. I didn't ask you for wahid. I said ahad.
Okay, ahad.
You just quoted wahid. I didn't say wahid. Can you show me where ahad means one as opposed to one of, one among? Not wahid. Now I can give you verses where ahad never means one. You can read them for me. Can I give you some?
Okay.
Okay. Go to Surah Al-Baqarah 96, chapter 2, verse 96.
The English translation. Okay. And you will surely find them a most greedy of the people for life, even more than those who associate others with Allah, God.
Say it again, louder, so we can hear you. Get closer.
One of them.
One of them. What is the Arabic word for one of them?
Okay, as you restart. Okay.
What is the word one of them?
One of them.
Ahaduhum, right?
Yes, أحدهم.
Okay, so that what does ahad mean here?
Ahad, it means one.
No, it doesn't. It means one of.
One.
No, it says one of whom? One of them.
أحدهم.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so it doesn't mean one, it means one of.
Ahad, the word ahad appears here. Then whom, it means them.
Yeah, exactly.
Ahad
You just proved my point.
One.
Okay. Khalil,
is one.
Khalil, you're talking
Then
over me.
whom?
Khalil, you're
Sir?
talking over
Sir.
me. You want me to hang up on you and send you?
Ahad means one.
No,
Then
one
whom,
of.
the Arabic word whom, it means
You want me to hang up on you? I'm going to count to
Ahad.
5.
Whom?
5,
Yeah, what do
4, 3, 2. Listen. Whom is them? Ahad means one of them. It's one of. It's not one them. You make no sense.
Wait. Hello?
Yes, you make
Can
no
you hear me?
sense. If I translate ahad the way you did, it's one them. No, it's one of whom. So let me ask you again. Show me a verse where ahad means one.
Ahad.
Okay, anyway, this one you didn't answer. Let me ask you another question.
Point. You agree that it doesn't mean that Allah is one, right? The ayah is not saying that Allah is one. It's saying He's one of many. You agree with that, right?
Yes, I agree.
Thanks for watching the video. God bless you all, and Jesus is Lord.